Another point I want to make about heroes in really any action cartoon or most any contemporary stories are always reacting to the bad guy. It's like you have these every activist group, well, maybe not every activist, but a lot of activist groups were formed in response to a specific incident instead of just because somebody saw a problem or some way they could make the world better and decided to deal with it. And oftentimes in cartoons, you have the villain plans and schemes and has these ambitions, and the hero just does his own thing until the villain announces he's going to attack. I should think it would be interesting to see a hero who is more proactive, a hero who goes out to help people and the villain tries to stop them, or a hero who tries to see a place where there's danger and there's cutthroats and there's crime and decides to go out and liberate it. Of course, probably with some prep time. And that also in that regard, heroes who are ambitious and proactive and fearless are often shown to be reckless and not take prep time in a way to sabotage young people, to discourage them from being that way. The other thing is, oftentimes the villain can have a lavish base, test weapons, do experiments, also their ambitious stuff, and the hero just has the ambition of stopping the villain. I would like to see a hero who's going out of the way to create stuff to make their job easier, and again, the villain might sabotage them. The other thing is that's something Tart Folks Training mentioned, is that we have this notion of attacker and defender, and the person attacking is the bad guy, and the person defending is the good guy. In regards to fighting crime, it's like if you knew the imagery, the gang colors and symbols and such of enemy gangs, you could identify them and shoot them on sight. You would be fighting crime as the aggressor. Now maybe you wouldn't shoot them necessarily, but arrest them, or maybe also shoot them. The other thing is oftentimes, those kind of proactive heroes are the ones who use excessive force. I like that too, but you can have a character who does that without being an asshole. Look at classic superheroes from the 30s and 40s. They had guns all the time, and they didn't make a fuss about it because it was not censored. But in the 90s, in the age of political correctness and gun control laws, and Star Trek: The Next Generation came with a phaser that did not look like a handgun, you had characters who were making a point about how risque they were by carrying a gun, by carrying these enormous guns that looked absurd, and being obnoxious about it because they were defying political correctness and the censorship of the time. The other thing is about censorship. It's much more effective to just do things you want to do that maybe nobody else tried or nobody considered, or even that weren't previously allowed, without making a fuss about it. And people who know that's a problem can see it if they need to see it. But other people can just enjoy the series. And sometimes people make a big fuss about something that was not allowed before, that years later, or in a different culture, the significance is lost. The other thing is, another thing about heroes and villains, that oftentimes, early on, the hero is proactive, has quick reflexes, doesn't hold back. But as the series progresses, they start being more passive, slow down, get caught off guard more often, hold back more, announce their presence before attacking, getting taken down right then and there. I would like to see a hero who starts out badass and stays that way the whole time. The other point people say is like, if the hero always wins or easily wins, so there's no interest in it. Well, if that's the only thing you're interested in, man, you really need to get more interest. I think a power fantasy can be very interesting if it's, for any reason the story would be interesting, because it's a unique premise, because it's satisfying, and because nobody else is doing that. As for superheroes or people with magic or something like that being able to easily resolve a situation, you can make short stories. You could have 5-minute cartoon or a show with short cartoons where people easily resolve things, being proactive, and, of course, you could have shorter comic stories, collection of short stories. That's not a problem. And it's also true with long-range weapons like guns. Oftentimes, people will wait till the enemy gets close before they shoot, or they'll miss a lot, or they'll announce that they're going to shoot before they shoot, and this is just ways to make them easier to beat. And I think, if people knew that, they'd do them a lot better.